Continue refactoring Futurecam. We are working on fixing compile errors. I think we have an extra brace here. Ooh, I think we coded this halfway through. I think we duplicated this code. Okay, cool. So let's see what we can work on. Oh, this is double equal to. We have 103 errors. As we keep working on this, let's keep an eye on this. Started session. So this is a better writer. I think AV asset writer. Oh, okay. Yeah, we inverted this boolean. Earlier we had something called started session. Okay, 102. 97. 96. 'Dot overlay presented in background scene. Okay, whatever. Case dot overlay presented in background screen. I don't even know why we have these prints. Like nothing is going to happen. Okay, 96 errors. 95. So is this change that we made from started session, which is set to true once you start the session, to should start session, which is set to false once you start the session? Is this a good change to make? Okay, we'll worry about that later. Right now the goal is just to fix compile errors. 94. Okay, don't care about warnings as of now. Cannot find mode in scope. This should have been self. 94 errors. 93. Okay, this is a .92. Where is verify 12 MP? Func verify 12. It's in AV capture photo blah blah. So I think we should call buffer dot verify 12 MP. We are at 92. Guys, please give me feedback on my videos. Leave comments. Say whether they are good at all. If so, what parts are good, what parts I can improve, because that will help me improve these videos. I'm putting a lot of effort into this, which I'm happy to do, but would like to hear from you on what I can do. Either what I'm doing well or what I can do better. So please leave comments or tweet at me or contact me somehow. Okay, this should be camera.delegate. 95 errors and still 95. Is this? Yeah, this is implicitly unwrapped. 93. $92. $91. Sheesh. This initializer is not expected to be called, but because of some Swift rules that don't make sense, we have to define it. So we end up with a runtime failure instead of a compile time failure. This won't occur in Java, where constructors are not inherited. Video burst completed capture. If it is not there, where is it? What? Oh, how do you tell the burst mode that the capture is completed? You don't? Burst completed capture, that's the name. I think we just got the name wrong. 91 errors, 88. Oh my god, KVO. Okay. Better writer initializer. It doesn't take an input. That's weird. Extension AV asset writer. So here you have only input. You have a convenience initializer in fast video writer, so I think it's in the wrong file. Yeah, we'll have a file. Why in Macintosh HD? This tool is dumb. Should create it in this folder. New file. Users, Karthik, documents, Futurecam, extensions. This is where we want it. It's not file.swift, it's av asset writer plus util. This should be in asset writer. Xcode has this weird thing where these files don't show up in the order. You have to keep sorting them. We'll do that later. For new video. So this cannot be in a private extension anymore. Actually, it can be in a private extension in this file, because this is the only usage of this. 90 errors. 88. $87. $86. No, this is not user defaults. Wait. $85. Line length. Yeah, we'll worry about it later. 81. 80. 79. 78. It doesn't have a zoom level observer. Yeah, this needs to be worked on. Oh, 77, 76. Sheesh. Self dot process frame. Okay, let's look at this. it takes this AV capture photo or CM sample buffer. It should conform to that. AV capture device or CM sample buffer is a protocol and it has an extension. CM sample buffer conforms to it. These are all variables, functions, function. Yeah, I think there was a file that made it conform which disappeared, perhaps in a refactoring. Again, it will want to, okay. AV capture photo plus conform. AV capture photo conforms to AV capture photo or CM sample buffer. No implementation required since all required is already in AV capture photo or in the AV extension. 76. Still 76. Okay. $58. Oops, we forgot to change the value of type long recording analytics. Hey, it does have some set. Oh, it just updates the two. It has nothing to do with self. We are at 65 errors. 63. I think we should just define an accessor for session, but anyway, that's a diversion from the task of just fixing the compiler errors. Camera dot, wait, why is it saying AV capture device? Yes, we are not using this, right? It will say you should use self. Okay, we are taking care of it here. Okay, 60 errors. Oh, we do need change. $59 errors. I wish I could sort these by the file name so that when I open a file, I check everything in that file. We have too many files open already. Okay, this is fine. We'll get to this later. 4-inch window looks fine. Hint manager has a whole bunch of issues. Permission request is fine. Shutter button is fine. Main controller has 1 or 2 issues. Controls, why did this get duplicated? Did a merge go wrong? Something is wrong somewhere here. Oh, that's just a warning. This is red here. Should be an error. Okay, it's just a warning. Main controller is fine. This file has only one issue, the zoom level observer. We'll get to it. This is fine. This is fine. This has 3 issues, which are only warnings. Camera, is any autofocus? I think it's just a file private issue. Extension, dot star focus mode. Is it the same file that has an issue? This is fine. These are fine. Focus rect is fine. We'll get to these later. This view controller is fine. Here we have this issue. Here we have a whole bunch of issues, or errors rather. Now here, what can we do with this? We had an extension here. Return. continuous autofocus and dot autofocus. So we have 56 and we still have 56, but not in this file anymore. So basically you are checking if this array contains self. Basically this is equivalent to self equal to continuous autofocus or self equal to autofocus. And you can again omit the class name here because Swift infers it from the type of this, which is the focus mode. Okay. Computed property self. We'll do the fatal error thing. Get it down from 56 to 55. Yeah, what happened to this make alert view function? Did it disappear? Funk. Strange. Oh, did I make it a initializer? Yes. I made it SCL alert view dot make. Better to scope things in the class that they pertain to. Okay, 48. You know, instead of having a bunch of global functions, make A, make B, make C, it's better to have them scoped. A dot make, B dot make, C dot make. $38. Okay. Now, what happened to all this func showing? I deleted them. They are on hint manager. What now? Oh. $33. Good, we'll get to 0 not too long. These, if I just do this, will it work? Yes. This is weird. This entire class is here. Why do we have a file private extension? Oh, because these are used only in the file, but we can make them private. Okay, put it to do. Why this extension? We'll worry about it later. Yeah, we'll think about the zoom level observer. Is this the one? Did I do work partially? Should be a change to this file. Oh. Yes. So earlier main controller was using KVO to update. Now we have this function zoom level changed in the delegate, which is invoked by camera. But this is not the only use of this. We also have another use in long recording analytics. Oh, I think we don't need this because we are observing it this way. 29, 28, great. Type annotation missing in pattern. Where is it? I don't see it where the type annotation is missing. This one. There's no type annotation needed. Okay, whatever. Yeah, let's skip all of these warnings. So now we have errors regarding the mode. So we'll work on those. Default mode. So what are the ones we added? AV asset writer plus util, AV capture photo plus confirm. At least we may not sort all of these as we should. So for example, error occurs after user defaults. It shouldn't. But at least the new ones we add, let's put them in the right place. Photo. Like, don't make anything worse. Like, whatever you do, do it properly. You may not be able to fix all the older stuff at one go. That's okay. Camera must have fat fingered this. For consistency with this, let me call it is any auto. Oops, what the hell. It shows the call sites and it shows the edits it's going to make, which are the things here. Okay, we are done with this file. Fatal error, IAP controller. What the hell has happened to this? Editor, side by side comparison. This is buggy. Let me close and reopen. See, here it's showing the diff view. For this file, it doesn't like to show the diff view. What a buggy tool. This should be a better tool. Burst recorder. I can also see all the changes at one glance here. Wait, Main controller line 83. Yeah, we have removed the duplicated code. We have moved this from other places. We have made this conform to this extension, sorry, to this protocol. This is where we removed it. This has become a local variable. There's too much space. Forget the PBX proj, hint manager, yeah, trivial compiler fixes, long recording mode, I don't like this function, it's hacky. We never use inouts. Oh, we do use it in a few places. Okay, never mind. This is a third-party library. This is a third-party library. Yeah, it's a complicated lower level library. Never mind. Burst mode, redundant code is removed. Light trail mode. What's the line number? 43 or so. What? Light trail mode dot swift? No, 68. 68. Oh, this is strange. How come the diffs are different? Here it's showing this removed thing. Oh, it's burst mode. I clicked the wrong one. Yes. Now we don't need this local variable either. Permission requester, focus rect, 4-inch window, shutter button. Great. Fix all compiler errors except those regarding whether mode is a protocol or a class. Okay, great. So now we are down to, so now let's think about this mode. And let's write down some pros and cons here. Should mode be a protocol or a protocol is an interface for those of you who are more familiar with Java. Protocol, we'll write down some reasons why it should be a protocol here. Class, we'll write down some reasons why it should be a class. Can dedupe modes better by having having a stored property for camera and computed properties for session, delegate, etc. So if you look at this light trail mode, the initializer takes a camera object and it has to have a private variable wherever that is. Okay, abstract video mode. It has to, okay, let's take another example which is a better one. Burst mode. The initializer has to take a camera and assign this. Now other modes like, I don't know, long exposure mode also have to do this. So this is duplicated code. And session. So you have to write this redundant code, camera dot session. And you have to write camera dot delegate. Okay, this is the advantage. Static members, default mode, and available modes. Available modes gives you the list of modes that are enabled based on the device. So different iPhones, so like older iPhones have some modes disabled because they don't work well. So this one gives you a list of all the modes that are available, and this one is a default mode. Basically when you open the app, which mode does it open in? Static members, default mode, and available modes can reside in the class rather than being global. This is not a big reason. Easy for implementation. Preventing your problem. So when you have a class, it can either subclass a class or it can conform to a protocol. If you subclass a class, you have a yo-yo problem, which is that you have some implementation or some code in the base class and some in the subclass, and it keeps jumping back and forth. This is what it is. So if you have a protocol, yeah, it ensures this. And some class, some members have to have runtime failure rather than compiler errors. So if you look at, if you go to mode, if you look at these don't have an implementation. Only the ones that have a default implementation have to be in mode. The others can be implementation free. This ensures that the class that is conforming to this protocol supplies the implementation. Otherwise, the compiler gives an error. With a class, we had to have a runtime failure. So that is an advantage of a protocol. Okay, so one is implementation, compiler errors, deduplication, can dedupe modes better. And here can use class members. So some of these things like user description, Firebase name is logged, it can be in the class. So actually, even before we kind of look at this any further, let's look at this abstract video mode. Let us see if we can make this a helper class instead of a subclass. So currently you have an inheritance hierarchy like this: mode, forget about whether mode is a protocol or a class, abstract video mode, light trail mode. Abstract video mode is anything that produces a video. So if you switch to it, you press the shutter button to start recording, you record for some time, then you press the stop button to stop recording. The thing that gets saved to your photo gallery is a video, not a photo. That is the abstract video mode. This is the current design, and the proposed one is mode, light trail mode, time lapse mode, and these two invoke a video helper, video mode helper. Some class will come up with. So in general, we should use containment instead of inheritance. Prefer containment over inheritance. This is a very common object-oriented design principle, which wasn't appreciated 10-15 years ago. There's even a Wikipedia article about it. And if you are a Java engineer, there's an excellent item in this book called Effective Java, which you should read. Yeah, which talks about this. This is not the book itself. This is some Medium post. That's not what I was looking for. Anyway, so let's try to do this. Let's leave aside for now whether mode should be a protocol or a class. My sense is once we finish this, then it will become clearer. Okay, cool. Actually, there is some small cleanup I can do. Command Shift G? No. Where is it? Find selected text in the workspace. Oh, it's never used? Strange. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Aspect ratio for current mode. Yeah, this is obviously bad code. We shouldn't do it this way. Whenever you're checking a class type and you're writing code, if this is an instance of this class, do this, else do that. Instead, you should kind of make it a overridden function in the class. So different classes would override it different ways. So let's try to do that. There are 28 errors. We'll try not to make it worse. I don't know why. Keep open. I think this should help. Oh, okay, cool. So here, just as we have an ideal exposure duration, aspect ratio, what was it? It was a CG size, okay. Returns the aspect ratio of the mode in landscape. This the same mode has swapped aspect ratio, returns aspect ratio of the video or photo that will be captured by this mode. If you just said returns aspect ratio, it would be a dumb comment because the name already says aspect ratio. Like, what else will it return? It won't return whether it is locked. So say what aspect ratio. As you rotate the phone, so the returned, since this is an aspect ratio, callers should handle 4:3, the same as 40:30. The returned size will have width greater than equal to height. So basically what happens is, if you have a mode that captures a 4:3 photo, as you rotate the iPhone, it becomes 3:4, then again 4:3, and so on in all four orientations. So now you have to specify which orientation it returns the size in. So for example, if I tell you I'm going to capture a 1080p video, that is 1920 by 1080p. But if you switch the orientation, it's 1080 by 1920. So you have to specify which one. So here what we should do is, this one, light trail has a different one. Okay, fine. Return CG size. Let's keep it consistent. This could have also been on the same line, but it's not. So this won't be either. This is actually the default on the iPhone for photos. Now the things that are not are light trail mode. What the hell? Keep open. Xcode keep open. Oh, great. Okay, never mind. So this is also not true. Do all abstract video modes have the same width and height? No. So if you look at light trail mode, it captures 4032 by something else. You can see here, right? By 2056. How does time-lapse mode work? Oh, okay, got it. Okay, fine. So now in abstract video mode, I think it will give a compiler error because of the int uint thing. We'll see. Yes. CG float. CG float is a type def for double, but still let's keep it consistent. Okay, so return current mode type dot aspect ratio dot swapped. Yeah, we'll worry about the class versus protocol thing later on, but let's look at the diffs we have so far. So in main view, let's start with the call site. Instead of switching on the class type, we are invoking something in the mode and we are swapping it, because here we need portrait orientation 3 to 4, not landscape, which is 4 to 3. In mode, we have this with a default implementation. In abstract video mode, we are overriding it and we are doing this. Here it is landscape. The width is the first value, the width is greater than the height. Here also it is landscape, and here we are swapping it. So here this was portrait 3 to 4 and we are swapping it. Okay, great. So this does increase 1 by 1 the number of errors, but that's okay. So source control commit, what's the extension? Okay. Oh, this won't work. It will give me some certificate error, SSH certificate error. Okay, cool. So instead of switching on the class, here we are branching, not switching, have an aspect ratio property in mode. Did it commit? Unreliable tools make you double check. Yes. Okay, cool. So this is taken care of. Now the original task we are working on was to make this a helper class, but we'll do that in the next commit, since we have kind of gone long enough in the next video, since we have covered enough ground here. So see you soon.